Welcome. So today we're playing blue. We're trying out the blue tempo deck that is very popular on the ladder at the moment. My version, I think I've got maybe a few more creatures. I've got 14 creatures and 20 instants, 22 land. I feel like you can get away with a low land count because it is quite low to the ground, and you've got some card draw and some card selection cards, so that should make it. You should be able to get away with it. We're going for our top end. We've got the 4 Tolarian Terrors, so potentially you can play these out very cheaply. That just seems like a really good game plan to have. I've only got one Haughty Djinn at the moment, so that's in there, of course. I've thrown in a couple of Spectral Adversaries, so these are nice. They've got flash. You can play them at the end of your opponent's turn, so you can keep your mana up for a counter spell or something, and play this if there's nothing worth countering. And I think, yeah, same for Faerie Vandal. That's also got flash, and this gets bigger when you draw a second card each turn. I was thinking about whether I should play Impulse. So Impulse isn't actually technically card draw. So I've dropped the impulses for things that say draw cards. So I've got 2 Thirst for Discovery here. So this seems like I've seen a lot of people using this. This seems like a very solid instant speed card draw card, about the right price. I could play Silver Scrutiny, but it's just a little bit too expensive for a 22 land deck, I think. Other creatures we've got, let's see, I think it is just Delver of Secrets, and we've got 20 instants in the deck. So there's a 33% chance we can top deck and flip this guy. I don't know if that's enough. It might be a little bit iffy, but we'll try it out. I've got one Otherworldly Gaze, so I'm not. This card doesn't draw any cards, but it allows you to arrange the top of your deck, so it supports Delver of Secrets. Potentially, we could play more of these. It just becomes a question of what we want to drop. For this, I've got 4 Considers. That just seems a very good card. We'll run 4 Combat Research to start with. Also, this isn't an instant. This is a bit. This card adds a bit of risk. You need some protection cards to kind of support this in the deck, I would say. But yeah, obviously when it comes up, when it works out, this is really good. We've got 5 defensive spells, so I've gone for 3 Slip Out the Back and 2 Shore Up. So yeah, seems about right. Having 5. What other kinds of spells? We've got counter spells, so I've kind of gone for one of each of the main counter spells. So 1 Ertai Scorn, 1 Negate, 1 Essence Capture, and 1 Spell Pierce. So only 4 out and out counter spells, which kind of cover all the bases. And I was thinking it'll keep my opponent guessing. So I play 1 Spell Pierce, he'll be expecting the second Spell Pierce, but instead I've got a different kind of counter spell. So maybe that might be a good way of doing it. I'm not sure. So yeah, let's try this out. I think I fancy trying this in ranked straight away because it's kind of a straightforward deck, unless I've made some kind of colossal error in the design of the deck. I feel like it ought to do all right. It seems to beat me all the time. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. The only thing I'm worried about is the Delver. I don't know if 20 instants in the deck is enough to flip my Delver. So maybe you need a few more. But there isn't. I suppose there's not that much room if you're running 14 creatures and 4 Combat Research. Yeah, that leaves room for 20 instants, isn't it? Because it's 22 land. So Right, do we have a creature? We've got 2 Tolarian Terrors, Fading Hope, Ertai, Scorn. So this is kind of a... I'd say this is a bad opening hand. I think we're gonna experiment with a bit of mulliganing. I played against this deck today. The guy mulliganed down to 5 cards, and he still won because he had Delver of Secrets turn 1, Flip turn 2, popped Combat Research on it. I had no answer to that. So let's keep 6 cards here. I've got a lot of creatures actually. So keep the Delver. I think let's put the Adversary on the bottom, I think. Okay, it's Yavimaya Coast. So we'll go for the Delver. Okay, 3-colour deck. Are we lucky? Let's decline to reveal that card. Right, Flame Blessed Bolt. I'll let that resolve. Okay. Interesting. I think people are thoroughly sick of playing against this deck, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more concessions. And I've been kind of racking my brains trying to think of ways to beat the deck. I guess you could play 8 cheap removal cards, so 4 cut downs, 4 Flame Blessed Bolts, and you'd have a good shot at kind of staying alive in the early game. Right, so no early creatures, so I think that's where we mulligan. They've got Delver and Combat Research, so we like this hand. Let's keep 6, Terror to the bottom. Now it's a red deck going first. Bit risky. Let's try a Delver of Secrets. I imagine it gets, if you do this, it gets blown up. Yeah, play with fire. So here we're just dead lost, I think. No, he could have played that pre-combat, couldn't he? 'Cause that's haster. Okay, yeah, we may as well counterspell that, I guess. So I wouldn't be surprised if mono red is the bane of this deck, actually. Okay. No creatures. Well, yeah, I guess although if we don't discard that, we've got to discard 2 things. So we've identified an issue. This deck's definitely a bit weak on the draw against red, like a lot of decks. But maybe you're just not allowed to play Delver turn 1 into when you're on the draw against red. You've got to have that 1 mana up for a protection spell. And even then, you're probably losing the race against red. Okay, this is to land with an early creature. That's doable. Okay. Okay. So we could negate this Kimono, or we could block the Phoenix Chick with a Spectral Adversary. We don't want to Fading Hope the Etching, particularly. The adversary might be stronger next turn when we can pay 4 mana. Okay. So we're going to do one of those, yeah, a bit of a gamble against mono red. Play the adversary and try and swing in with combat research next turn. Or we play a 4th land. This can flash in as a 3/2, phase something out and trade with something else. Which might be quite good. Yeah, maybe that's less of a gamble. Let's not play this guy now. Okay, Thundering Raiju. Sure. See where he puts the token. Okay, that's 4-2. Right. So, Spectral Adversary comes out. Auto pay. Phase out the Firebrand. Trade off with the Raiju. That seemed pretty good, right? Delver of Secrets come out now. So play with fire on him, and yeah, he's dead. We've got to use Fading Hope on the Firebrand, I would say. Right, Island means we can play Terror next turn. Well, I think we can play the Terror next turn anyway. So, because this just hasn't hit the graveyard yet, right? So that's now playable. Fading Hope. Well, we'll play the Terror. I guess we're not quite dead yet. We could have done Fading Hope there and then still played the Terror. So that's probably a misplay, but... Okay, Hammer Hand. Ward 2. And we'll take 7. If we put Combat Research on there, we give it an extra point of ward. That might be important. So in response to him declaring his attack phase, okay, Lightning Strike. So I guess we understand why Mono Red is quite popular as well. It just it does seem to, well, based on this evidence, it seems to crush Mono Blue. But there's definitely an element of playing around Mono Red. I guess we can go for a turn 3 creature. Let's Otherworldly Gaze and try and get to the next land. Right, okay, that's going to go in the graveyard. And Faerie Vandal's going on top of the deck. See if he's got instant speed removal. Siphon Insight. Okay, cool. He's gonna get rid of that land. That's really annoying. Got me good there. So that can be flashed back for 3. Guess what? If I Otherworldly Gaze again, he'll do exactly the same thing. So I think we'll try and give him something useless on top of the deck. Oh, he's going to do that in response. Okay. Let's say he's mistimed that. You should wait for me to put something on top. Oh, that's good. Right. These are very good cards. Right, submit 0. What do we want to do? Island on top. No, combat research on top. And then we'll draw into the island. Brilliant. Right. Okay. Okay. It's got white in the deck as well. Yeah, we don't want to do anything. We've got an advantageous position here. We don't want to do anything silly like tap out. And yeah, we could play Haughty Djinn here because we do have an answer, but I think I do not want to tap too much land, and that's absolutely fine. He can siphon Insight all day if he wants. Roadside Reliquary. So there's some enchantments and artifacts in this deck as well, apparently. Okay, Path of Peril. So this is a mana value 2 creature. We could negate this, or we could slip out the back. I'm going to go negate because it's more expensive. Okay, Bankbuster. That was a smart move, but I do have the Ertai Scorn, so I think that's definitely a good thing to counter. You can see draw loads of cards off of that. Okay, and turn. Right, end of turn. I think I'll go for the Thirst for Discovery here. Right, so he's going to destroy that. We will do Slip Out the Back. And has he got another instant speed removal? Siphon Insight. Okay, I guess he did not have another instant speed removal. Right, good draw. We could get a bit aggressive here and just put up lethal. Okay, another Slip Out the Back. Let's cycle that. Okay. Yep. Oh, got a rare, that's nice. That's quite a cool one for the Naya tokens deck. We do have a consider. I think we can take a mulligan here. Let's try and find a cheap creature. Okay, that's probably good enough. Maybe slip out one of the Slip Out the Backs. So we've got something to slow down the opponent, I think. Right, excuse me for a second. about that. Okie doke. Don't think I missed much. Right. Yeah, someone at the door there. Never mind. So I guess ideally we want to wait till we have 4 mana before we play the Djinn. Okay. Or we could just risk it. I think we're Fading Hope, the token. Well, we want a land, don't we? So, put this guy on the bottom. Okay. He's looking for land, I think. Anvil, yep. Okay, Underdog gets discarded. Okay. I think we can afford to consider now. Yeah. Dunk it in the graveyard. There's another land. Okay. We can counterspell something next turn, so that seems okay. Now, he's done that, but he doesn't get a replacement creature if he does it on my turn, you see. Tenacious Underdog. Well, is there much? Yeah, there is some point to counterspelling that, I think. Okay, Voltage Surge for 4, so we'll slip out the back. Okay, it doesn't phase in until my turn after I've untapped, so that's pretty good, I think. We just have to survive the onslaught. Right, that is all his cards played out, actually. But that's 8 damage coming in. No, sorry, it's 5 damage. Right. Make it 6 damage. Right. Okay. So, we are hoping to draw some good cards. Basically, we are going in. Okay, it's not quite worked out, unfortunately. Right. And so on. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be problematic. The idea was we're going to Fading Hope whatever he targets with the reflection. Okay. Maybe that's good to have. Just because I've just noticed that actually lets you untap, so let's try this. Block that, take 3. Do we want to Thirst for Discovery now? No, I don't think so. Swing in like that. Okay. Ottawa is interesting. Do we want to... But it's 4 mana to bounce something. Okay, I'm going to Thirst for Discovery now. Play another island. And end the turn there. Can we... Is it possible to survive here? Don't think so, but we'll try. Yeah, it gets through the 1 damage anyway, of course. And we'll do a Shore Up. Might have a removal card, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, good game. So I guess the main decision there was, let's wait until we've got 4 mana and then play our 3 mana Djinn so we can protect it. And that just took too long, and he built up a board state and put me under a lot of pressure. Maybe, yeah, you don't want a 3 mana creature in your opening hand as the only creature, because we've only got 22 land. It's quite hard to hit 4 land. Okay, this looks playable. Let's keep this. Reveal it. Yes, we did it. And we can even do combat research, because we've got to slip out the back, which is pretty crazy. That is the blue tempo dream, isn't it? Voice of the Blast. So, lifegain deck. Lifegain can definitely do the job. Now, this guy doesn't have lifegain himself. But he can definitely pump this guy up and start racing me. Okay, another combat research seems good. Bounce spell could be pretty important. We've drawn our anti-spell stuff when we're up against a creature's deck. Okay. I'm not going to use slip out the back on the voice of the blast yet. That's kind of desperation tactics. And the Inspiring Overseer is surprisingly annoying. So we can, however, do Otherworldly Gaze. That's not going to be very useful. This might be very useful. I'm going to say that's not very useful. Yeah. And we could Otherworldly Gaze again. Get rid of these two. So, Otawara, we could bounce that. No, I think we're greedy. I think we just can't attack at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. Gain life, that can get counters, that's fine. Okay. Just all the life gain. Interesting how effective this kind of strategy can be. Okay, so it's the Spectral Adversary. Phase that out. Oh, really? Tamiyo's safekeeping, nice. We actually have Spell Pierce, though. The Adversary can block the Overseer. Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage next turn. These guys are probably going to be 6, 7, 8, and 9 damage. I'm swinging in. I need cuts. Okay. Right. This is 4 mana, isn't it? To bounce something. Delver of Secrets could be a blocker. And we're nowhere near actually winning. Yeah, I think we could just got to play Delver of Secrets as a blocker. Wait, no, I think it's got to be... Oh, that's phased out. Okay, Delver of Secrets is a blocker. And... yeah, end turn there. Maybe we should have... bounced that in his upkeep phase. So we've got 6 damage coming in there. Obviously we're going to Otawara Voice of Blast. And then we have, yeah, we're obviously going to swing in with this guy. This guy's not really significant. Could trade off or just stop 2 damage. Yeah, let's trade off. And yeah, we can start drawing a lot of cards. Yeah, maybe combat research number 3 is the thing to do. Kind of reassuring that there are decks that can absolutely destroy blue tempo. Right. We're going to consider a little bit. Yeah, I don't need an island. Okay, let's consider a bit more. Don't need an island. Okay, there were 4 islands on top. Yeah, I think that's probably good game then. Actually, no, end turn. So, emergency kind of strategies here. But do we still die, actually? Yeah, we still die, unfortunately. Okay, this is the turn 3 creature problem again, but we will keep it. Oh, why didn't I spell pierce that? Jeez. Yeah, because I was just clicking through. I was actually trying to look at the Djinn because it does have 4 toughness, so it can survive a lightning strike, right? Considers pretty good. We'll go for the Djinn. Take the risk. Okay, lightning strike and blow the fire. Yeah, he had it. But consider straight away because we need a creature of some kind. Oh yeah, because the Radar here does the job. Just 2 mana to make it unable to block. Okay, kill the Radar. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, I couldn't do anything, and that's gonna get supercharged. I think I could have done combat research. That would have made a lot of sense here. Okay, that's gonna be... well, that's the most damage going through. So this will put me on 3. You might have play with fire rather than lightning strike to finish me off. Okay, let's shore up there. No, let's resolve the ward first. I've got to remember that this untaps things as well. Spell Pierce the Lightning Strike. So you can actually get away with attacking a little bit. Can we get away with attacking? Yeah, I think we'll do 1 combat research on the Terror. And attack like that. So I think... oh, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, okay. Okay. Radis Firebrand doesn't have... oh no, it does have haste because of Reckless Stormseeker, so I think we just lost, unfortunately. Oh no, you should give that to the Firebrand. Right, this gets phased out. Trade off with the Stormseeker. Right, that can get through for 2, so... right, we've got to play Delver. Don't think we can attack with a Terror, because he can stop... oh, this guy can always block, because Radis Firebrand does not have a high enough power to stop the Terror from blocking. In my mind, I just oversimplify this so it just stops something from blocking. It only stops something that's lower power. Well, that's 1 damage. Oh, just attacks with both of these, and both the Delvers can't block. So yeah, he could have won that turn, but he didn't know what my last card in my hand was. So maybe it was the right choice to not attack. Another Firebrand. Okay, yeah. So they can't block. Then the Vandal comes out. Oh yeah, I've only on 2 life, unfortunately, so I'm dead. Because, again, from the 1 point from Kumano, did the trick there. Gotta say, I'm kind of enjoying this deck. It's kind of interesting. And I'm realising how to play against it. I had a feeling lifegain might be a simple way to race it, because it's just, you know, it tends to do about 3 damage a turn until until the late game. I suppose the ones with 4 Haughty Djinns and can ramp the damage up significantly. Right, Delvar. Feel it? Sweet. Let's play that. I think we'll play Combat Research, and we'll keep 1 blue up. So that's the Dream Start. You just got to trust in the heart of the cards and blow up my aberration. Yeah, he did. Let's go for the Haughty Djinn. Can he do this 4 damage? So yeah, that was pretty decent. I can't do any damage, unfortunately, but nah. You know, so I've got that negate, so that seems like a pretty decent value thing to do. Respect, that's 3 impulses. Okay, yeah. Tolarian Terror. So I'd need 6 mana to phase that out. Uh, we just want a big flyer here, so we can race with this guy a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Right. Oh, Tolarian Terror, okay. Now if he's got a burn spell for 2 damage, or a bounce spell, okay, well, he's going to tap out, so we're going to phase this guy out. And we should be able to win. I could go one more. Nope. Okay, we'll keep that. Okay, let's consider. 4 land, I guess, is good. Now, what are the chances he just has a count spell? We'll see, I guess. Alright, yeah, I can fix the top of his deck for his Delver. Yeah, there we go, Fading Hope, nice. Yeah, this is the 2-drop that I'm missing. This is an answer to the aberration. guess he's tapped out. This is a good time as any for Fading Hope on the Ledger Shredder. But it doesn't let him connive. Yeah. Should have done that the other way around. So he could have Shore Up to pump this guy to 4-3. We'll take the risk. Yeah, let's Ottawara this guy. Let's bounce this one as well. Slip out the back, fair enough. Obviously we can't block him, we may as well race him. Yeah, that's another combo research. He did a lot of conniving, didn't he, with Ledger Shredder? I think that's where he's had the big advantage. How much land has been... Okay, he just... No, he's been able to dump one land. Unfortunately, we can only get to 4 power on my Haughty Djinn, which is a shame. I'm going to play the island. I felt like I was pretty competitive this game, but he's just had a bit more stuff. I guess 4 lands versus 7 lands is the problem. Well, on the Ledger Shredder difference, I guess. So he's been able to get loads of stuff in the graveyard. You can obviously get to 5 toughness if he just double spells, which should be pretty easy. Will he be able to... I think we'll be able to block like that. We won't block with the Vandal. Interesting that exiles a card from his graveyard, so that goes down to 5 power. But then it puts 2 more things in. It goes back up to 7. Right. Hey, I can do Otherworldly Gaze as well. So, right, no attacks. End turn. So we want to pump the Djinn to 5 power. Try and trade off here. Right, excuse me for a second. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. That's just a quick phone call. Right, we'll do one more, I think. Right, we do have a creature. That's good news. Okay, could be a green-white lifegain deck. Let's go for Delver. We'll just swing for 1. And yeah, end turn. So we don't want to use Consider here, because we'll save that for my turn to bump up the Faerie Vandal. Well, it's not a creature spell. This is the weakness of Essence Capture, of course. So I'll try consider now. That's good. And we could hold up mana for Thirst for Discovery. Or just play another Delver. Maybe another Delver. Yep. Right, I think I see how that works then. Okay. Well, I think we'll Thirst for Discovery, pump up the Vandal a bit. And I guess we can use the Scry on Fading Hope a little bit. To try and flip our Delvers. I mean, that maybe was a slightly dubious move, using that during my turn. Because it meant I got an extra point of damage in, but now I can't Essence Capture. So that was probably the wrong move. Especially when he can play something significant. Yeah, like Sigarda. Nice. Yeah, so this is a mythic from Midnight Hunt. Fading Hope, the Sigarda. I'll just reduce the amount of damage coming in. And yeah, we don't get to Scry because, yeah, it was Sigarda. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, sure. Let's play the land here. Obviously we want to hold up mana for Essence Capture. We could Thirst for Discovery and still have mana for Essence Capture, I suppose. But it's only one extra damage. I think keep our options open. There's a cheeky little play here where I could phase out Wedding Festivity. To make his creatures 1/1. And kill one of them with the adversary. Probably got to Essence Capture that one. 10 damage. We can't do the Spectral Adversary move. Now they're going to be even bigger. Okay, reveal that. Okay, that's 11 damage. That'll be 12 damage. We can take hits from 2 of these. So we've got to deal with 4 of his creatures. Faerie Vandal can block 1. Spectral Adversary can block another 1 and phase out 1. So that's 3 creatures dealt with. Delver of Secrets can chump block 1 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we swing in with these 2. Right? I might have miscalculated there, but let's try that. And Spectral Adversary could phase out the Wedding Festivity. That will reduce some damage. So I'll be able to take 3 tokens. Yeah, you take out that one, you take out maybe that one, you take out that one, take 6 damage. Yeah, Cicada boosts everybody. Darian can give hexproof and indestructible to everything. So it's a slightly difficult situation. We've still got Shore Up, but I guess we can only get through with 7 damage. It was a close one though. It's interesting. The problem this game, we got the Essence Capture early on, and he played 2 Wedding Festivities early game. we did end up countering Adeline. Or Adeline. Right. I think I've had enough now. So I've lost twice against green-white. Probably 2 or 3 times against mono-red. Right. This is my attempt, my first attempt at Monoblue tempo. We're running 14 creatures and 20 instants. We had a little bit of trouble flipping our Delvers of Secrets. The way we can improve that, we could run more instants. We could run more Otherworldly Gazes. So I've only got 1 in the deck. If we take this up to 4, that should help support our Delvers pretty well. I felt like the protection spells were okay, probably about the right number. But the counter spells felt quite bad a lot of the time. So we had Spell Pierce, Essence Capture, Negate, and Ertai Scorn. So I guess Ertai Scorn is at least good because it can counter anything. We just seem to have the wrong tool for the job a bit too often with our counter spells. I'd be tempted to just cut all of these because I don't really like them. And then we could add in... This is where we could add in our 3 Otherworldly Gazes. Now we've only got 1 out-and-out counter spell, but that's fine, I think. Yeah, 5 protection spells. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the deck, I think, at that point. What you'll see in ranked would be people with 4 Haughty Djinns, which would make a lot of sense if you're serious about making this deck. Seems to be the best card. We had a little bit of trouble when we actually had this as the only creature in our hand a few times in the opening hand. You got to get to 3 mana, and then you kind of want to get to 4 mana because you want to have a protection spell for him. It's much easier if you've got an early play like the Delver or the Faerie Vandal. Then that goes much better with the combat research. Yeah, we didn't see Tolarian Terror all that much. I think, yeah, in one game against Mono Red, that seemed to turn up. And what else? We had... Yeah, we tried out Spectral Adversary. I thought this was quite cool. This seems worth playing. Does some interesting things. Can phase out creatures, save you a lot of damage. So yeah, I'd recommend that if you have one. And Faerie Vandal is pretty decent. I'm running these because I don't have the slightly better card. The slightly better 2-slot creature that blue has, that's rare, which would be Ledger Shredder. So that starts at 1/3. The Vandal starts at 1/2. This just gets a +1/+1 counter when you draw your second card. It only triggers off you drawing your second card each turn. Ledger Shredder triggers off any player casting their second spell each turn. So this is casting spells. This is from card draw. And this will connive rather than gain tokens. So it's conniving is definitely better because you're drawing and discarding. You're only getting a token if you're discarding a non-land spell, a non-land card. So you're not always getting a token. Sometimes you do need land. You need to discard land rather. But obviously you're trying to fill up that graveyard with loads of spells. So this is really good for the strategy. So you do want Ledger Shredder over Faerie Vandal if you do have them. But Faerie Vandal's still fine. This just obviously works better with the card draw cards like Consider and Thirst for Discovery. This is kind of the budget option. In particular, Thirst for Discovery is really good because you can cast that on your opponent's turn and draw 2 cards. Whereas you'd have to cast 2 Considers to draw 2 cards on your opponent's turn. And it sits quite nice with combat research as well. Yeah, so that seemed to work out all right. As usual, I try and play counter spells, and they are disappointing and often unusable. But the really popular counter spell that people use, let's have a look at that one. Make a Disappear is very popular. However, I don't think this is quite the right deck for Make Disappear. So you cannot, obviously it's got that casualty 1, so you potentially, I suppose, could sacrifice a Delver of Secrets that that's not flipping. If you like counter spells, yep, you could definitely use this, but I feel like this is better in the tokens deck, sort of Bant tokens, something like that, or Azorius tokens. That's definitely a possibility. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. I think that's a video. So thanks for watching.